What's happening, guys? I want to talk to you today about the single most important lesson I've ever learned in my life. It has saved my life. It changed my life. I can't overstress this one thing. And when I tell you what it is, you're going to be like, that's it? I promise you, man, if you put this into play right now, it will change everything. I use this to coach my clients. I use this to coach myself. The people that are in my program are well aware that this is how we do things, because this approach to training, the physical, manifests in the mental and the spiritual. I'm telling you, man, it's simple, but not easy. And here's the thing. When I'm training people, I use the physical to get them to realize what they're capable of mentally. Because at a certain point, physically, they feel like they can't go on. And that's when we dig in. And that's when we drive harder. And that's when they realize if they stick with it, they stick with the program, if they don't drop, they realize pretty quickly, I'm capable of so much more. That I can level up. That I can do everything I ever wanted to do. I can be the person I'm supposed to be for my people if I just learn this important lesson. When I was a kid, I read a quote from Muhammad Ali. He's talking about doing sit-ups. And he said, I don't start counting the reps until it hurts. That stuck with me because he followed it up by saying, that's where champions are built. Everybody does 10 reps because their trainer tells them to do 100 sit-ups or whatever it is. Their trainer tells them to do it. So they just count that number and then they're done. Now they might get close to where it hurts, but they don't push into that pain zone. Muhammad Ali didn't start counting until he got to that pain zone because he knew everybody else had long ago left. Everybody else had dropped off. But he knew right now, this is where I'm going to build the champion, is in this space where nobody else wants to live, where it freaking hurts. And I started doing that. Now, fortuitously, I had a trainer at the same time, a friend of the family who was a competitive kickboxer, a judoka, a competitive powerlifter, and bodybuilder. He was winning Mr. Delaware competitions and things like that, while also winning powerlifting competitions, going out and fighting judo and kickboxing and boxing. Very influential on me. I would train with him. I started lifting weights with him when I was 13, 14 years old, and I would say, hey, how many reps are we going to do? How many reps should I do for this set? And he would say, all of them. And that stuck with me. That lesson right there, that is the most important lesson I ever got from any person in the sports world. It was, we're doing all of them. And what does that mean? It means whatever you got, you're doing everything you got, all that you got. There was a book, I can't remember the name of the guy, I'll look it up. Maybe A.L. Williams. It was like an insurance guy. But for a college assignment, I had to read one of his books, which was called All You Can Do Is All You Can Do, but All You Can Do Is Enough. And in my 18-year-old head, that coalesced all of those lessons that I had collected as a kid, training with people who were like, we're doing all the reps. We're giving everything we got, no matter what it is we're doing. If we're going for a run, we're going to run at a pace we don't know if we can maintain. We're going to figure out how to do it. If we're going to lift, we're going to lift as many reps as we can and then do more. It just that mentality, right? Just that approach. And when I read that book, All You Can Do Is All You Can Do, but All You Can Do Is Enough, which sounds like some sort of Dr. Seuss word scrabble, it just clicked that we don't really know all that we can do. Are we really doing all we can do? Are we really pushing ourselves? Unless we have someone or we have the wherewithal ourselves to push ourselves and figure out, am I really doing all I can do? Is this all the reps I can do? Is this the fastest pace I can hold? That was the lesson. When the pain starts, that's when I start counting. I'm going to do all the reps. My mentality is not, I've got to do 10 reps or 20 reps. My mentality is I got to do one more. And then I got to do one more. And then I got to do one more. And what that builds is an unbreakable mindset. That builds an indomitable will. that will not surrender, that will not give. That when I have my aneurysm, I'm face down in the parking lot because I've collapsed once again. I'm going to find a way to get up and walk myself into that emergency room. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's the most important lesson. It's as simple as that. Find a way to do more than you think you can. In my coaching program, I push people to do more than they think they can. The number one complaint I get from people in the beginning is, this is a lot. This is a lot. I'm doing too much. No, you're not. Stop listening to those people or go work with those people. Like I tell people all the time, man, if you don't want to do what's in the program, you don't have to. You could go work with somebody who is, maybe you resonate with them a little more. They're more on your wavelength, right? Go work with them and do what you've always done and get what you've always got. But if you want to get something different, if you want to push yourself and see what potential lies in here untapped, I got you. Because we are going to constantly push for one more rep. We're going to push to read a little more every day, to study a little more, to write, to dig deeper into here and into here, to find out what's going on and how to push ourselves to the next level. Man, that's it right there. Try to get one more rep in everything. Take that mentality, apply it to everything. It doesn't count till it starts to hurt, and then we push, and we're just trying to get one more every day. All right, guys, I hope you dig it. If you like what I'm putting out, click that like button, subscribe, follow along on this journey, and let's go together, man. Let's take it to the next level.